of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyani chineke ngende sona efewe na isiala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we anyana ge farusi obonane ge dole kali nyani nekele kama nekaya obia mnendi nden so na kriya isiala nyina obadi ndo na to kole Totwa Yaba no one in Because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going But you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyani chineke ngende sona efewe na isiala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we anyana ge farusi obonane ge dole kali nyani nekele kama nekaya obia mnendi nden so na kriya isiala nyina obadi ndo Totwa Yaba no one in Because you will make a difference with your source and But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. You keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own actions. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the government brought them in. Are you deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Zom, you come to Onaji, you come to everyone, you come to Agulere, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to Nigeria, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria, one Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our bumper, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, you are now building a road from Katsina to Niger, airport to Niger, refinery to Niger. You take oil, you put oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. Or as PPS. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out. Pages of the newspaper to give the world the misleading impression that everything is okay.
things are go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is one. We must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You are marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Nnamdi Kanu to President Biden. In it, Nnamdi said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say they say I'm insulting them, no, I'm not insulting you. Most of them are people. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa, during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, These memories that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew loud, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested. Again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
From the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue. Because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord. You will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own. in the land that you gave to our ancestors, they conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God and you are not upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. At all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, we'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. and then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to the Aruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
Ojukwu negotiated restructuring.
What happened?
They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
What we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go to the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
We, the Biafrans, call the Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense, and therefore we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
In the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very morning program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from. Please kindly like and share the program to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to those who are close to you. Whoever you can reach at this point in time, please reach out to them and let them know that we are here anchoring our program as always. Wherever you are watching from, I thank you for joining us. If you are watching us from Biafra land, you are watching from Nigeria, you are watching from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand. You are watching us from Israel, you are watching us from Iran, you are watching us from the United States, you are watching us from any part of the world. I welcome you to this amazing program and I thank you for being part of this program. Remember, our program is always an interactive section. All we do here is to come and interact with the Biafran people, speak about critical issues, and share views together. Wherever you are in this platform, I beg you, you are entitled to your opinion. Whatever be your opinion in this program, you are entitled to it. Every one of us is entitled to our programs, we are entitled to our opinion. All we do is to give people the opportunity to express themselves in this very platform. You say it the way you want it, express yourself, and let the world hear you. Whether you have a contrary opinion from us or not, it doesn't really make a difference. You must not agree with everything we say. We can disagree to agree. That is why we're here. But the right to speak your mind the way you want it, that is what we grant to people here. I don't care your orientation, your ideology, your religion, your location, your group you belong. That doesn't matter to me. It's not important to me. What matters to me is humanity, sincerity, truthfulness. That is what matters to us. Giving people equal opportunity to speak their mind, even when you agree with them. You allow people to express themselves, even when you agree, you disagree with them. You allow them to express themselves. That is why you're here. So I welcome every one of you. And remember, our major issue here is to present Biafra before the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. And we will continue to do that with every little opportunity that we've got. We are here today, and I welcome everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you're connecting. Remember, today also is a very important day. The day that Biafran people have chosen to present their case before the whole world. Today is sit at home in Biafra land, the civil disobedience that the Biafran people by themselves have chosen as a means of expressing themselves, because we know we found ourselves in a situation where we are not allowed to say our mind. We have found ourselves in a situation where we are being forced against our will to be where we don't want to be. We have found ourselves in a situation where we are not even allowed to express our views. We are not allowed to make our legitimate request. We are not allowed to ask for our right. So, seeing all that happened, there is no other choice we have than to speak the best way for us to speak and let the world hear us. And Biafrans have chosen the most peaceful way of expression. Civil disobedience, sit at home. Nobody is being forced. It is something that people do on their own without being forced. Biafrans individually, collectively agree that they will be observing sit at home every Monday. And they have continued to do so regardless of the attack that is coming. And today we have come to speak on that and bring updates on that very sit at home. And a lot has been happening also across the world this very weekend. A lot has happened. We know what is happening in Iran as we speak, and we know the operation that is going on, which is being led by the United States of America and the state of Israel. We have seen it, we have heard about it, and we will not relent in also talking about it. So wherever you are and you're joining this program, I welcome you, I appreciate you. And when it is time Please, if you have an opinion or contribution to make, send your request wherever you're watching, either on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok. When you have a contribution to make, you send your request, I will bring you in to make a contribution. You are not bound to agree with whatever we say. You are entitled to your opinion. And we are not bound to agree with you equally. But if you have a superior argument, all you need to do is to come in and convince us. Tell us why we must follow what you are saying. Tell us why we must listen to you. Tell us why your opinion counts. That is what we are saying in this very program. So, wherever you are watching us from, I urge you in the name of Geopolitics to please pay attention, make your contribution, add your own voice, let everyone learn from the. We are not claiming to know it all. We are here to teach and also to learn, to create awareness and also to be awakened. That is why we're here. So wherever you feel that you can be able to come in to make impact in the program, you are welcome. You are welcome to come in. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I urge every single one of you to continue to stand strong and never be distracted. Continue to stand strong, never be distracted. A lot has happened and more are going to happen. Are we going to overcome? Definitely we shall overcome. Are we going to win the battle? Definitely we are going to win the battle. Don't you ever think that we are going to hands off, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how strange it is, no matter how hard it sounds, we will continue to do what we have to do to make sure that our voice is heard. I appreciate everyone that has supported the fundraising of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, yesterday. Whatever token you have given on that fundraising for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for his lawyer, for his international lawyer, for the case, he is going to be coming to the court for the appeal on the 5th of August. And he has asked all Biafrans, regardless your belief, your ideology, your group, to be in Finland in solidarity with him. So we are also making arrangements. People are making arrangements, put arrangements down to make sure that as an international lawyer who will be there to monitor and see that his right is not denied him. Because in the previous case, we see that his right was denied. His evidences against Nigeria was not tendered, was not accepted in the court. So we don't want such to happen again. That is why Biafrans are coming together to raise funds to make sure that that very international lawyer is upheld and it goes to work. So if you have not done your own contribution and you still want to do, all you need to do is to make inquiry, reach out, and you know how to do that. This is a contribution and support for Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, our Prime Minister. It is not for any group, it is not for any person, it is not for exaltation of any person, it is for specifically for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa welfare. He has worked for us, he has suffered for us, and continues to suffer for you and I. So he deserves everything that we can offer. Whatever we can give to him, he deserves it. So every one of us should continue to support and do what we do. So today, we have come to speak about important issues on things that are happening across the world, more especially in Biafra land. And we choose a topic today that says, Monday sit at home, silent protests or strategic mistake as Trump and Israel shake the world. That is what we are going to talk today. It is going to be a very broad discussion, and we are going to try as much as possible to put it into one single angle that we can be able to understand and digest it. And while we are discussing this topic, we equally encourage people to join the discussion. Feel free, you can speak in your own dialects, you can speak in the broken English, you can speak in any Biafran language of your choice to reach out to your audience. Remember, that is what we do in this platform. You must not come and say you must speak English. You can use Igbo language, you can use Ijaw language, you can use Efik, you can use the Shakiri, you can use the Banke. Any Biafran language, you can use it to speak to your audience on this platform. As long as you have a message to deliver, that we will continue to do. So we have come once again to discuss, and I'm going to start off with the introduction as we always do on this platform. And when it is time for contribution, wherever you are, you can make a contribution and join. So my fellow Biafrans, as we speak, sit at home is going on in Biafra land and must continue no matter what the enemies are doing. Nobody is being forced, nobody is enforcing it, and nobody is going to force anybody to come out. So everybody is following their heart, doing what they're supposed to do, looking at the sacrifice Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is making, taking to the hardcore, taking to the center of Sokoto today. For the fact that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto is of concern to every one of us. We look at what is happening across the world today. We look at all the terrorist activities that are going around the world. You should be worried that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto. If you are not worried, it means you are not a genuine Biafran and you're not sincere to yourself. I am worried, and I guess you are still worried. So we must have to continue to express ourselves in the most peaceful manner that we can, the way we are doing, at the same time defending ourselves. That is what we have been doing for a very long time, and we will continue to do so. My people, I welcome you back. Today being Monday, we were not able to hold a program yesterday, this Sunday, and I hope that everyone have enjoyed the weekend the way it is supposed to be. So this is just another discussion, as we always do. We're coming here again to speak as we always do. We connect to the street of Southeast with the battlefield of global power politics. That's what we are doing this morning. We connect to streets of Southeast with the battlefield of global power politics. From the Monday sit at home in our homeland to the rising tension between America, Israel, Iran, the world is shifting. And when the world shifts, movement that fails to adapt gets left behind. Have this in mind. When the world shifts, movements that fail to adapt gets left behind. That is why it's important we talk about these issues that we might not be left behind. That is why it's important that every single day we come online, educate Biafrans, so that we will not be left behind. So I ask you this morning, wherever you're watching, morning, afternoon, evening, according to time zone, is the Monday sit at home still serving its purpose? Is the Monday sit at home still serving its purpose? Is world peace even realistic in this era of power competition? And what does changing global order means for Biafra? These are critical questions that we are seeking for an answer, and by the grace of Chukwuka Biafra, we are going to get answer to these very questions in this program. These questions that are asked by the special grace of Chukwuka, pay attention from the beginning of the program to the last. At the end of the day, you are going to get answers to these three important questions. Is the Monday sit at home still serving its purpose? Is world peace even realistic in this era of power competition? And what does changing global order means for Biafra? Stay with us on this program. Try as much as possible to hang on. If they kick you out, come back in. You're going to learn something today, and I would love to learn something from you. Also, this will be deep. This will be strategic. So I want us to pay close attention. The changing world order. Let us begin globally. Under President Donald J. Trump, the United States has continued a strong nationalist foreign policy approach, prioritizing America's strength, military leverage, and strategic alliances. Israel remains one of America's closest allies in the Middle East. Iran remains one of Israel's most significant regional adversary. This triangle, USA, Israel, Iran, is not new. It is not new. What you are seeing today, to so many of us that are paying attention, it is not new. We have seen it before over and over and over again, and we'll continue to see it. But the intensity of his rhetoric sanction, proxy tension, and military positioning continue to shape global uncertainty. Now understand something. When tension rises in the Middle East, the world economy shakes. Everything that is happening, you must have to focus attention and think of where it affects you. You might be thinking it's just happening in Iran, it doesn't affect you. You might think it's happening between Israel and Iran and the United States, it doesn't affect you, it affects everybody. It affects everybody. Oil price is going to react. Global market is going to react. Security alliances tighten. So that is how it affects every single one of us, wherever you are on this planet Earth. And Africa, yes, Africa feels the ripple effect. This is how power works. The world is no longer unipolar. China is rising, Russia is assertive, America is recalibrating. We are in a multipolar transition, and everybody to pay attention. And transitions are dangerous. A lot of things are bound to happen and are going to happen, and we must be very careful. If you're not careful, you'll be left behind. That is why every one of us as Biafrans, we must continue to follow every single thing that is happening in the present day. We must pay attention and follow closely, because once you lose focus, you will be left behind in this new world order that we are seeing. The new world order, which is being led by Donald J. Trump, the United States, is not stopping. More things are going to be unraveled in the days to come. And everybody that cares about humanity must pay attention. Those of us who are Biafrans, we must follow closely. Because what is happening today, it's going to affect us in one way or the other. We must pay attention closely. In superpower clash, can there be world peace? That is the question that so many people are asking. If superpower clash, can there be world peace? Let us be honest tonight. Wherever you are watching us from, afternoon, evening, morning, according to your time zone, world peace is not maintained by goodwill. World peace is not maintained by goodwill. Maybe you do not know. Hear it again. World peace is not maintained by goodwill. It is maintained by balance of power. Peace exists when difference is strong, alliances are stable, economic interdependence is high, leaders calculate consequences. But when distrust rises, when proxy conflict increases, then rhetoric becomes extreme. The risk of escalation grows. However, full-scale war between major powers is still unlikely because nuclear deterrence remains a powerful restraint. That we know. So some people are already clamoring and saying, oh, it's going to be world war, oh, it's going to be this one. That will not be something of such. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I know people are already scared. Seeing what is happening today between Iran and the United States and Israel. Some people are already scared, thinking that, oh, it's going to be the next war, third world war. It's going to happen. Russia is going to weigh in. China is going to come in. Well, we're not going to get to that. We're not going to get to that. So many who have been blowing that whistle on the TikTok and other social media network, trying to predict what is not obtainable. You can see clearly that those things are not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And there are reasons why it's not going to happen. Nuclear deterrence remains a powerful restraint. It remains a powerful restraint. Global economic collapse will hurt everyone. When the economic collapse globally, it will hurt everybody, not just people in Africa, Asia. It is going to hurt everybody, no matter where you are, no matter what your country, no matter how rich your country is. It's going to hurt everybody. Back channel diplomacy always exists. Even when public tension rises, always have that in the mind. Have that in the back of your mind. Back channel diplomacy always exists, even when public tension rises. Even in the issue you are seeing today that is happening in Iran, with the tension in Iran today, there are still back channel discussion going on. A lot of talks are still going on. And we need to be paying attention and see what is going to be the outcome. So, is world peace possible? Yes, but fragile. Very, very fragile. But is it possible? It is possible. And we are going to keep eye on it and continue to follow closely as things happen. What does this have to do with Monday Sit at Home? As we are conducting our own in the aspect of sit at home, Biafra, freedom, and all that, how does it affect us? How does what is happening globally today affect us in a quest for a free nation, Biafra? How does it affect us? It affects us in several ways. It affects us in many ways, and you cannot shy away from it. You cannot pretend it's not happening. Whatever happens globally today will definitely have an effect on us as Biafrans. Now, let us bring this home. While superpowers calculate global strategy, we must ask ourselves, are we calculating ours? That is what we have to ask ourselves. As we are watching the global powers display their might, as the global power calculates global strategy, are we also calculating ours? That is the question, $1 million question that every Biafran should be asking ourselves. You can see how the global powers are strategically positioning themselves, making their calculations on things to do and things not to do, things to stop and things to go away ahead. What about us in this quest for Biafra? Are we calculating our own global strategy? Are we calculating our own strategy? Are we calculating our own strategy? The Monday Sit at Home began as a civil resistance tool. Its purpose was to show solidarity to our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and demand his unconditional release, to demonstrate collective discipline of the Biafran people, a kind of referendum that we are standing one, telling Nigeria that they have lost legitimacy in our territory, to tell the world that we no longer want to be part of the contraction called Nigeria. Civil disobedience, we distance ourselves with everything that has to do with Nigeria and pursue our self-determination. That is the main purpose. To draw international attention to the issue of Biafra. Those are the major things, reasons why we are holding the Monday Sit at Home, and we will continue to do that. So, judging with these major reasons, you can see that this is a time that we have to look back and recalculate strategy on what we are doing. But here is the uncomfortable question. The uncomfortable question that must be asked. Has it evolved strategically? The Monday Sit at Home. Has it evolved strategically, or has it become routine? Because in politics, routine loses impact. This is something we need to be asking ourselves. This is a discussion that has to be going on in and out within ourselves. Has the Monday Sit at Home evolved strategically, or has the Monday Sit at Home become a routine? Because in politics, routine loses impact. If it's just a routine, it might lose its impact. So that is why we ask these strategical questions. When we engage in these things, we must have to ask these strategic questions to know where we are headed. More especially at this time that the whole world is paying attention to what is happening in Nigeria and globally. If a tactic does not escalate strategically, it stagnates. If a tactic like the Sit at Home does not escalate strategically, it stagnates. And stagnation benefits the opponent. Stagnation benefits the opponent. This is why we have to be reviewing these things. Every single one of us and Biafra know the effect of the Sit at Home and what we have achieved in the Sit at Home. Is this the right time for us to say, oh, we will not sit at home anymore? Is it the right time to drop the Sit at Home? Is it the right time to withdraw and slow down on the sit at home? Is this the right time? Ask yourself that question. Is this the right time? With everything that is happening globally now, strategically, ask yourself, is this the right time to silence that voice that said that we need self-determination? That voice that demands the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. That voice that speaks to the world about the atrocities of the Nigerian government against us. Is this the right time to calm it down? No, it is not. In a changing world order, movements must adapt messaging, refine strategy, building international networks, engage diaspora diplomacy, strengthen economic self-sufficiency. These are things that we are supposed to be increasing on. We don't have to fold our hands and wait. This is a very interesting time across the world. Judging with what is happening, every one of us should be paying attention and follow events as they unfold. Global politics is dynamic. Resistance must also be dynamic. In this, our quest for freedom, we must be dynamic. Very, very important. And why I told this is for those who are concerned, those who claim to be in power and authority, or who are in the front line of gearing this agitation, to be able to be called attention and know what to do, to re-strategize and do things to make sure that our voice is not silenced, to keep the pressure and keep the tempo at all times, regardless of what propaganda the Nigerian government are pushing. There are a lot of lessons that we need to learn from global power politics that is happening today. Lessons from global politics that you and I want to take. Look at how major powers operate. America uses sanctions, alliances, military positioning, media narrative. Israel uses intelligence, precision, diplomatic outreach, technology, and superiority. Iran uses regional proxies, ideological mobilization, and strategical patience. Each actor has a long-term strategy. Now I ask, do we have a clearly structured, long-term geopolitical strategy? We, the Biafran people, this our cause. Do we have a long-term strategy? Every one of us needs to be thinking about this. A long-term strategy. Just like we have tried on this very seat at home. It's been more than 4 years and still counting. But is it the right time for us to slow down? This is one of the long-term strategy that we are supposed to apply. So anybody fighting it or talking down on it or trying to withdraw him or herself from it, you're not doing a good thing. You are not. Except you have another strategy that is far, far better than what we have. Except you do that. Now I ask, do we have clearly structured long-term geopolitical strategy? Because emotion alone does not win international recognition. I say it many times. We are seeking for recognition, seeking for emotion alone. Coming online every day to cry about Nigerian government buying us and all that. It's not enough. It's not enough. It is important. It is having an effect, but it is not enough. All of us coming out emotionally to speak about our situation, campaign for our situation. It is nice, but it is not enough. We need to do more. We need to do more. So wherever you are as a Biafran, this is not the time to be silent. This is not the time to be silent. Organization does not keep silent when things are going wrong. Emotion alone does not win international recognition. Organization does. We need to organize ourselves. A properly organized people, that is what is going to win us recognition. organizing strategies, organizing programs, organizing issues, organizing conferences. Diplomacy does. Continue to follow diplomatic moves, just like the ones we are seeing, just like the one that our sister did in Israel. That was a very strong diplomatic move. And you see, since that our sister made that move, diplomatic with Israel, you see what Nigeria is doing. Nigeria is also going ahead to counter that move that we made in Israel. Today, you see different kinds of news coming. Nigeria having a strategic security discussion with Israel. Nigeria entering into bilateral relations with Israel. And that is how they operate. Any place we set our foot, they will come there to challenge it. They did the same thing in the United States with $9 million. And you can be rest assured that they are still going to do the same in Israel with millions of dollars. Already they have started using a Biafran, using Bianca Ono, who they are using to deceive the world that he is the wife of our eternal leader, Dimon Bogoju. The woman that was used to trap our eternal leader into politics to disgrace him. A political wife of our eternal leader, she wasn't a part of Biafra. She was not born during the Biafran time. Her father was a saboteur during the Civil War. Her own father was a saboteur during the Civil War. So she cannot do better than her father. Today, she's the one they are using to fight against. They use her in Finland to trap our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Today, they're using her also in Israel. So we have to do more diplomatic works in order to go recognition. Diplomacy does. Narrative control. We must try as much as possible to take charge of narrative. Nigerian government is very good at that. And I thank Chukwu Okike on that. We have a lot of Biafrans online that are responding to their wrong and idiotic narrative that are pushing right and center. There are so many false narratives that are flying everywhere. A lot of false narratives that Nigerian government are pushing right, left, and center, trying to create states that never existed. And I thank God for the pushback our media is doing. Biafran media. We need to put more effort on that narrative control. We need to put more effort on narrative control. Don't always keep silent and continue to pay attention on things that are irrelevant. When you confront any narrative in the media that you know that is negative to what we are doing, you confront it immediately and make sure you set the record straight. And that many of us have been doing and doing it perfectly well. We need to add more effort. Economic leverage does. In terms of economic leverage, we know we have resources, a whole lot of it, which is one of the reasons they don't want us to go, which is one of the reasons they are plotting. Using our own resources. Our own resources is what they are using to buy other countries, to buy the West against us. They use our resources to acquire weapons. They use our resources to buy lobbies. So it's unfortunate that these things are happening, but we cannot be silent. That is why we need to fight more so that we can take charge of our territory and use what we have to get what we want. This is a new era coming, and we need to be thinking strategically. Thinking for a new era. Thinking for a new era. It is no longer business as usual. And many of us have known that from the time Donald J. Trump came on the second term. We knew it's not going to be business as usual. The new world order is already in place. It's already in place. All you need to do is to position yourself properly, see it clearly, and be at the right place at the right time. And you'll be favorable. This is the era of information warfare. In case you do not know, we are in the era of information warfare. That is why it is important that every one of us join the media. When you come to a platform like this, when we are speaking, don't listen alone. Share the program. Share it to family and friends. Share it to your neighbor. Share it to those who are close to you so that they can get the same information you are getting. Don't keep the information to yourself alone. Share the information so that everyone will get the information just the same way you are getting it, so that nobody will be left behind. This is the era of information warfare. This is the era of cyber influence. This is the era of diaspora lobbying. We must engage in lobbying, no matter how little. No matter how little. Every one of us, if you can do it personally, privately, collectively, as a group, go ahead. Go ahead. Diaspora lobbying is very important. Economic leverage, also very important. Media dominance. This is the era of media dominance. The era of media dominance. That is where we are. And that is why when you see us jumping out of our comfort zone, speaking every time on media, online, it is not just for fun. It is not for joke. It is for a serious business, because if you keep silent this time, in this era, you are gone. Just like what Nigerian media is doing with the terrorism that's happening in Nigeria today, Nigerian media doesn't report it. They pretend as if it is not happening. You can see it over and over again. Nigerian media will never report the atrocities that is happening in Nigeria. The terrorist attack that is happening, they will report it. Most time you see those reports on social media. But you go to their media, they are busy presenting a picture of something that doesn't exist. And we cannot pretend that all these things are not happening. That is why we must act on our own way. We must react. We must fight back. If we must succeed, we must engage and fight back as much as we can to make sure we win this battle that is before us. The battle is no longer just physical. It is no longer just a physical battle where people engage each other. It is psychological battle. That is what is going on today. It is psychological battle. It is digital. It is also diplomatic battle. So instead of asking only, should we continue to sit at home? We must ask, how do we internationalize our cause effectively? That is the question we should be asking. Instead of you busy attacking the seat at home, trying to see how you can do to bring it down, trying to see one nonsense you can do or the other, trying to talk down or discourage people. The question you should be asking is, how do we internationalize our cause effectively? How do we align with shifting global interests? How do we present ourselves as organized and strategic? That should be the major question that we should be asking. That should be the major question that we should be asking, that should concern every one of us, because of where we are today. Movement that survive are movement that evolve. So we need to evolve. We need to. In all that is happening in this world, everybody must be paying attention. Is peace possible for the world and for us? That's also a question. Is peace possible for the world and for us? Of course, I still believe that peace is possible. But peace is not passive. Peace is negotiated strength. Peace is negotiated strength. Always remember that. For the world to remain peaceful, major powers must manage rivalry carefully. For any movement to succeed, it must combine unity with strategic discipline. I have talked about the unity of purpose every time in the course of Biafra. I've spoken a lot about discipline. We must continue to hold on to unity of purpose and be disciplined at all times. We must be disciplined in the cause if we must succeed. Unity of purpose. Remember, unity of purpose, I have always explained, it doesn't mean that we will be in the same group. It doesn't mean we will have the same opinion. We might have different opinion, we might be in different group, but our purpose must be one. Self-determination, defending of Biafran land, freedom of the Biafran people. Our purpose must be one. Anger without direction is noise. So it is not enough to get angry at what the Nigerian government is doing against us. It is not enough to just get angry and shout and shout. No, that's not enough. Anger without direction is a mere noise. Strategy with unity is power. That is why we need to be strategic. Now than ever, we need to be very, very strategic in anything we do, in any action we take, more especially on this seat at home that is working for us. We need to be very strategic. Don't allow us to lose that stronghold. We must not lose it, no matter what happens. No matter what the enemies are doing, trying to knock us off, we must be strategic. It is not enough to get angry alone. While you get angry, you also need to be strategic, and we have to be united. And then victory will be ours. No force can stand us if we are united, and they know it. That is why they are scared. Each time they see us coming together as one, each time they see us reacting, each time they see us presenting issues, they get scared. They become afraid. And that is why we should think more of unity. We should think more of oneness. We should think more of working as brothers and sisters towards one end. The real question this morning is not whether America or Israel will confront Iran. The real question is, are we paying attention to how global power works? When we see what is happening today between Iran, the United States, and Israel, what lesson do you learn? As a Biafran, what lesson are you learning from what is happening today? What lesson are you learning? We must learn a lesson from what is happening today. Are we paying attention to how global power works? Are we paying attention to how global power works? Because if we understand global strategy, we can apply strategic thinking locally. If we pay attention, there are a lot of things to learn from what is happening today. And we can equally apply it in our course of struggle. And I bet you, it is going to lead us to the direction that is unbelievable. If we understand global strategy, we can apply strategic thinking locally. The world is not waiting for anyone. And that is true. The world is not waiting for anyone. You need to fight for yourself. You need to stand up. You need to catch up with the world. The world is not waiting for anybody. The world is on a high speed moving. They're not waiting for anybody. So you need to wake up and catch up with the world. That is why you must pay attention to every single thing that is happening across the world. And position yourself properly so that it is going to favor you at the end of the day. What is happening today between Israel, Iran, and the United States? There are lessons to learn with, and you and I know what will happen. Judging from Nigeria and how they always operate, you know what? Today, you will see protests will already be going on in northern part of Nigeria. You know the alliance of northern part of Nigeria. You know where they lay their trust. You know where they support. They will always choose sides, and before you know it, they will begin to take the lives of the Christians in the northern part of Nigeria for something that's happening far away in Iran. Everybody must be prepared. You must be prepared. This is a new world order led by the United States under Donald J. Trump, and he is not stopping. The only thing every sensible group should do now is to position themselves properly so that you can benefit from this change that's happening. But if you do not position yourself properly, you'll be left behind. The world is not waiting for anybody. The world is recalibrating as we speak. As Iran is boiling today, the world is recalibrating. And in times of recalibration, in times of recalibration, in a time like this, prepared movement rise. Unprepared movement fail. You didn't hear me. In a time like this, movements that are prepared, they rise more higher. They are noticed more. They rise at the highest stage. Unprepared movement may fade away. If you are not prepared, this kind of crisis you're seeing today will make you fade away. Your matter will not be on the table anymore. You will fade away completely. But if you are prepared for the event, prepared movement, the situation will skyrocket your position to the highest level. That is why I say we need to take opportunity when we see it. Use that opportunity to position ourselves properly and make sure that we are not left behind. So wherever you are today as a Biafra, we don't have any excuse to give on stopping Biafra, as I have said before. That we can't stop. We cannot stop the sit at home. We just started. We can't stop. Not now. Not ever. Until we get what we want. Consistency remains the key. The most important message is that this is not a time you target somebody. This is not a time you say you force somebody. It is not enforced. People on their own volition and will, should continue to do what they have to do. The world is watching. If there's any time to step back, it is not now. I have said this several times. If there's any time to slow down, it is not now. We have passed through so many difficult stages. We have gone through so many very difficult stages. And every one of us need to be prepared. As we speak, the attack against the Biafrans is intensifying. And the most disturbing one is the attack that is coming from our own people. Today, Nigerian government have resulted in using the Biafrans against themselves. We are the one today fighting the battle. Biafrans are the ones fighting the battle that the government of Nigeria is supposed to fight. They sit back and they watch us engage ourselves. Look at our defense. In terms of the self-defense today, the liberation of Army of Biafra are under attack by Biafrans themselves. Under attack by the Biafran people. And that is sad. That is sad. Biafran people themselves. Why Nigerian government sit back and watch? Look at the diplomatic move I make today. They are using Bianca, a Biafran, to engage diplomatically to disorganize what we've been doing. Look at the governors fighting against our people on the sit at home, the only means through which we can express ourselves. As if that is not enough, Soludo has gone ahead to destroy the Onishabe market. As we speak, Soludo has gone ahead to destroy market in Onitsha. Just to favor his paymaster. Soludo, the Seibo in Anambra State, is demolishing markets in Onitsha as we speak. So many of you must have seen it. And if you have not seen it, I guess you see it now. Demolition in Onitsha. Onitsha main market, Chukuma Soludo, is demolishing it. That is what you are seeing. What you are watching here, Chukuma Soludo. This is Soludo demolition on Onitsha main market. You can imagine, at this difficult time, in a difficult time, in a time like this, when people are facing hardship, we go to the north, they destroy our markets, they burn our market. You go to Lagos, they destroy market, they burn that. You come to Biafra land, on the Chamber market of all people, Soludo is destroying it. As we speak, shops are going down. That is what you are watching. This is what Soludo is doing. And the people are folding their hands and they're watching. This is a government that's supposed to protect the people. A government that's supposed to stand for you and speak for you. Is this the government that will come and stand on your behalf to represent you? Is this government? Now you understand why we say we cannot be part of this contraption called Nigeria. They have turned everything against us. Every policy in that contraption is against us. The plan that was made by Shetima, and what's it called? Kunle. When Shetima was discussing with Kunle, the plan that Shetima made with Bola Tinubu to make us economically relevant, to destroy businesses and take it over. Today, Soludo has joined that claim. Soludo is part of that destruction. Soludo is part of it. Dave Umahi is part of it. Peter Mba, they are all connected to this very agenda to destroy the businesses of the Igbo Biafrans, more especially. You can imagine. All this came about because of the Monday sit at home. Because the traders have continued to sit at home. They have continued to sit at home regardless of every nonsense that Soludo is saying. Look at Soludo destroying their shops. Soludo demolishing shops in Onitsha market. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you say you go scot-free, Soludo will never go scot-free. And I hope the whole world is watching. I hope the Biafrans are aware. This is the only project that Soludo have in his second term. The project that Soludo have in his second term is to make sure he destroys every single thing that makes the Biafran people happy. Every single thing that has anything to do with Biafra, he should destroy it. And that is what Soludo is doing. You can imagine. Only Chukwu Hukabema will save us from these criminals. This bunch of criminals who are walking about, seeking for whom to destroy. They are seeking for whom to destroy. And we will never, ever, ever allow them to succeed. We will never allow them to succeed. You see this? Just as I was saying, Northern Nigeria, they are already protesting. Northern Nigeria already protesting on behalf of Iran. You see? This is Northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria already protesting. Something that is happening all the way in Iran, they are already protesting. And before you know it, they will go after the innocent people. Who are the ones that are going to be attacked? The people that will be attacked will always be the Biafran people. The shops they're going to demolish will always be the Biafran shops. That is Northern Nigeria, I say. What you are watching is Northern Nigeria protesting on behalf of Iran. Yeah, that's the headline. That's the headline. Look at it written there. Just in. Shared protest in Northern Nigeria over killing of Iran supreme leader, Khamenei, by Israel IDF and US military yesterday. They are protesting. And you know what is going to be the outcome. So when we are talking about this issue of Nigeria, Nigeria is not a secular state, has never been. And anybody who is still pretending that Nigeria is a secular state should quit pretending. Quit pretending and allow people to go their separate ways. Until you allow people to go their separate ways, what is going to happen in time to come, the world cannot be able to control it. The world cannot be able to control it, no matter how you pretend. No matter how you pretend, the world cannot be able to control it. And we will continue to speak. We will continue to move on. We will continue to talk. No matter how they try to shut us up, no matter how they try to ignore us, we will continue to speak and we will continue to talk. And I believe a time is going to come when they can no longer ignore us. A time is going to come when they can no longer ignore us. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today, I urge you in the name of Chukwu to continue to stand strong. Don't you ever take your eyes away from what is happening in the world, across the world. Pay attention to what is happening across the world. It is important we pay attention to what is happening across the world, because if you do not pay attention, you might be used as a scapegoat. You might be taken unaware. That is why we have to follow the global event that is happening today. It has everything to do with us. Don't say it doesn't concern you. Oh, it is happening far away out there in the United States. It concerns you. It concerns me. You must pay attention. Before we go into the updates on the news today, let us take a quick break and we come back and go to the update on the news.
Follow for God, them say Tinubu don't follow for God, Tinubu don't follow for God, he want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate House fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice, on motor shop forget law for inside court, Kangaroo Republic at the government, Abubakar Malami don't fall for God, him and EFCC put leg for shit. Them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God, because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo. He go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists, as the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God, them make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with us up to this stage, as we are going to enter into the last stage of the broadcast today before we round it up. So let us go into the last stage of the broadcast by bringing out updates from their media. Our reason from going to their media most of the time, it is to expose things that they have refused to talk about, to also let the world know what is happening, and also to debunk the lies that they tell themselves. Those lies that they tell and make you believe to be the truth, we are here to trash them into pieces where necessary. So we are going to go into the news. Most times when we come, we go to Sahara reporters that is always focusing on their news. You can't trust any of the news agency in Nigeria or reporting case in Nigeria, but at least we can have some informations from there that we can be able to compare and contrast. When you make the comparison, you will know the angle where you are coming from. So we will continue to do these things. We will continue to make sure that our voice is being heard, and we will never allow anybody to bully us or take us down. So let us go to this. This is what I mean. This one says that Showore urges IGP Disu to halt politically motivated cybercrime trial of right activists Uguanyi in Enugu. That is political motivation. This one is the Shia protest. The Shia, they're already protesting in the northern part of Nigeria. They are protesting for the death of Akhamenei, the school leader of Iran. This one says, terror in Borgu, death toll rises to 15 after bandit attack on Niger community. The bandit attack has never stopped. And as we always say, it will never stop. That is why we are calling on the Nigerian Trump to pay attention also to Nigeria as soon as possible to deal with this issue once and for all, because there is every tendency that it's going to escalate more. Since after the bombing in Borno State, the terrorist attack has escalated in Nigeria, and it's going to be more. But I thank you, Canada, that we in the Biafra land, they have not been able to succeed to go there. But today, Nigerian government is fighting so hard to create opportunity for the terrorists to go to Biafra land. They are fighting so hard. And it is painful that even Biafrans are involved in making sure that the terrorists take place in Biafra land. But by the grace of God, they will never succeed. They will not succeed. This one says shared protest in Niger State over killing of Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei. That is it. They are protesting. Bandit abduct farmer on his farmland in Kogi community. The abduction is every minute, not even a day. Every minute, every hour, people are abducted. And these ones are the only ones you hear. There are some people that are abducted, that are killed, that the news doesn't even make it it doesn't even make it to the news. Nobody gets the information about it. So many deaths in Nigeria are not reported. This one said, breaking. Boko Haram terrorists attack a military base in Borno, kill army major, several other soldiers. You can imagine. An army major. They took the life of an army major. Another latest attack by Boko Haram. And the same government will come and tell you that they are is it re-radicalizing Boko Haram? The same people that are reintegrated into the society, look at them. They took the life of a major in Borno and several other soldiers killed. Boko Haram. But when you see Nigerian government report these things, they will say it in such a way as if Boko Haram is undefeated. Boko Haram is still waxing very, very strong in Nigeria. They can take on army barracks, they can take on navy barracks, they can take on everything they want to take without looking back. And they are doing it over and over again. Imagine. But when you go to their news, they will play it down as if it doesn't happen. Iran crisis. U.S. Embassy in Bahrain advises Americans to avoid hotel after Manama hotel attack. Yeah, that's the tension in the Middle East now. The tension is high. Iran is attacking anything on their part. Anything on their part. Pope calls for dialogue amid Iran tension following Supreme Leader Khamenei death. Pope is calling for dialogue. Let's see, they have to start the dialogue as soon as possible. The opportunity for dialogue is now. UAE to pay for meals, extended hotel stay of 20,000 stranded tourists amid Iran crisis. That's UAE for you. They are trying to put themselves in order. They are trying. See, you see? UAE to pay for meals, extended hotel stay of 20,000 stranded tourists amid Iran crisis. Imagine, these are countries that are standing now. If this were to be in your country, Nigeria, can they be able to? In Nigeria, when you say you miss your flight itself, they can't even give you accommodation, let alone giving you food. Sorry. I was in wilderness for 42 days after paying 17 million ransom. Ekiti farm manager narrates kidnap ordeal. Wow. You just imagine. I was in the wilderness for 42 days after paying 17 million ransom. Can you imagine? 17 million naira ransom. Ekiti farm manager narrates kidnap ordeal. That's Nigeria for you. China, Japanese Communist Party condemn U.S. killing of China, Japanese Communist Party condemn U.S. killing of Iran Supreme Leader Khamenei. Bauchi journalist dies after weeks in hospital following NEDC convoy clash. Former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad killed in strike, media says. This is another stubborn man. Oh, so he's gone. So you're gone finally. Former Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad killed in strike, media says. See? A lot of them are gone. A lot of Iranian dictators are gone. 3 U.S. service members killed amid Trump military strike on Iran. Of course, in wars, you have to lose on both sides. It's not strange. When there is a war, people have to die on different sides. Police probe exposes how IRT SWAT officers chained, tortured businessman, staged murder confession. That is what they do all the time now. This is the evil they do. This is one of the evil they do in Nigeria. The police will always set people off, stage false confessions. They will force you to confess something you did not do. They will force you to claim something you never know about, and before you know it, you are gone. They are doing it all the time. We have seen this on several occasions. We have seen testifiers. We have seen people come and testify like this, but nothing is being done. Nothing. Tiger Base is still existing in Imo State. Tiger Base, that this is one of their modus operandi in Tiger Base, but up to tomorrow, Tiger Base is still there, and nobody does anything. And you think they're going to do something? You're a joker. Appeal Court warns Oyo officials obey Nigeria Union of Road Transport Workers restatement order or face imprisonment. Tinubu Agboros enforcing their own. Presidency debunk viral claim of plot to poison President Tinubu. Chiefs arrest. Label report fake. They won't poison them. Iran appoints interim leadership council after assassination of Supreme Leader Khamenei. Breaking. Kidnapped Ondo man killed, found dead in Edo forest after ransom payment. Imagine. After paying ransom, they still murdered the man. That is how dangerous Nigeria is. It is not even about the ransom. Even after paying the ransom, you're not sure that you're going to come back alive. You see the other man that we showed for something days in the desert after paying 17 million. This one now paid his own ransom. After paying ransom, they still took his life. That is what Nigeria has become. Gunman wearing Iranian flag killed 2, injured 14 others in U.S. bar shooting. Terror probe launched. That is what they are known for. You see, they are already attacking in the United States. You see, individually, that is how terrible these people are. Gunman wearing Iranian flag killed 2, injures 14 others in U.S. bar shooting. Terror probe launch. See, Nigeria issue urgent security alert for national in Kuwait, Bahrain, amid Middle East crisis, launches emergency line. True. As if they are serious. The one where they did for your country, you don't handle and finish. Kamala Harris blasts U.S. strike on Iran, says troops put in harm's way, opposes regime change war. Kamala Harris, this one is, she doesn't even know her left and right now. Kuwait air defenses shot down 97 Iranian missiles, 287 drones targeting country. Imagine what was fired to one country. You can imagine. Kuwait alone. You can imagine. 97 Iranian missiles, 283 drones targeting country. These things are enough to destroy a country that doesn't have air defense. If all this is land in your space, you are gone. What will be left of the country? Private school operators won 700,000 Ogun students missing West African school certificates exam over ministry policies. You're always confused. He said he could kill us secretly. Ondo pastor accused CP Lawa police of arrest. He can. Trump declares war against Iran will persist. One of more US troop deaths. Trump declares war against Iran will persist. Once of more US troop deaths. They are not stopping. Trump is not a man to joke with. Once he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. You joke with his word at your own risk. Spanish Prime Minister called US-Israel strike on Iran unjustified and illegal. The way to happen to you, we know who will come. Family raises alarm over secret detention of Niger Delta activist Obi, lawyer by DSS. Niger Delta, do they still have activists? Do Niger Delta still have activists? I doubt if they do. Suspected US fighter jet crashed near Kuwait airbase amid Iranian missile strike. ICPC recover alleged wiretapping equipment, sensitive security documents from El Rufai's Abuja home. So El Rufai, you were really tapping. Why you not go tap now? When Pantami did there, Pantami was there. All of you have your system of tapping information. Am I surprised? I'm not surprised. Why should I be surprised about that? Bandit amputates former. Wow. Bandits amputate farmer's hand after confronting them on his Kaduna farm. Wow. These people, they cut the guy's hand. Bandits is the one in charge of Nigeria. They are the one running the show in Nigeria now. Iran Supreme Leader Khamenei killed in airstrike on his office after refusing to relocate to basement. Correctional Service refutes allegation of document forgery in Ohiri Ministry Umahi case. Correctional Service refutes allegation of documents of forgery in Ohiri Ministry Umahi case. That Umahi is a disgrace. Umahi is a disgrace. Those are the kind of politicians they put to represent themselves, not us. They claim they are representing people. A disgraced man claiming to be representing the Igbos. He's a madman. I may be detained indefinitely. El Rufai pre-arrest message surfaces amid ICPC detention. And what you do other people, they do you now, they cry. Kuwait says several US military aircraft crashed Monday morning, all crew members rescued. Kuwait says several US military aircraft crashed Monday morning, all crew members rescued. What is the cause of the crash? You are a monster, irredeemable trash, if you still support Trump administration. Who is saying this one? Who is talking this rubbish? Must be some of those idiots. Who is that? US soldier's wife condemned Iran war. Soldier's wife. If it's another person that went for that, you agree now. Saudi Arabia shot Tonara refinery after Iranian drone strike amid Middle East crisis. So those are the updates we have. Those are the updates that came in, and we will continue to follow. More especially in this case of Iran, everybody must focus attention because everything that's happening there has a lot to do with us. You will say it doesn't concern you. You will know. Later on, you will understand it concerns you. You see that the North is already protesting, as always. They always protest even when things doesn't concern them. They will protest. That is how bad it is. So we need to be at alert. If you are a Biafran, any place you are, you must be at alert. You must be at alert. Don't overlook things and say, "Oh, it is not happening in your area." It happened. We need to learn a lesson from what is happening today in Iran, between Israel and Iraq, and the US. We must learn a lesson. What is happening today has a lot to do to what we are doing, and we need to position ourselves properly. I have spoken a lot about the world order that is changing, and it continues to change. The world order is changing and continue to change, and it's not going to stop. So wherever you are, you must continue to pay attention and don't allow yourself to get distracted. We must position ourselves, and those of us who are in this struggle in aspects of the sit at home, you must continue to do your sit at home without anybody enforcing it. There is no enforcement, has never been any enforcement, and the Nigerian government tried to paint it violence, make it to be enforced. We are not enforcing and will not enforce. And Soludo, who is going about destroying shops of innocent people, Soludo going about destroying shop of innocent people in Onitsha market, he will not go scot-free. He will not go scot-free. It's just sad that in this time that we have people who claim to be traditional rulers, people who claim to be elites, but yet all these atrocities are happening and they will not speak. Atrocities are happening, they will not speak. It is so sad and disturbing. It is so sad. One should have thought that at this time they should have called Soludo to order. They should have called Soludo to order. How can he go about this? The same thing we are facing in the north. Destruction of our properties in the north, burning of shops in the north. They came to Lagos, burning of shops, destroying our properties, and now Soludo have brought it back home. And these are the people you are telling to come back home. Where are we going to run to? Where are we going to run to? You go to the north, they chase you. You go to the southwest, you are being chased. And you come back to your homeland to settle down, yet they will not allow you to settle. They will not allow you to settle. What do you want us to do? How are we going to survive this? The only way we can survive this is by walking out of the zoo. The more we continue to stay in Nigeria, the more we continue to endanger our life. The more we continue to stay in Nigeria, the more our life is in danger. That is why every Biafran should be working very hard. If you know anything you can do, if you know anything you could do to make sure that we get out of the Zoological Republic, don't hesitate. I have said it time and time again that no matter the group you belong, no matter the section you are, no matter your orientation, no matter your own opinion and ideology, as long as it has to do with the freedom of Biafra, please continue to fight on. Continue to do what you have to do. Every one of us must continue to put effort. And our effort is yielding fruit. Our effort is yielding fruit. Don't take it for a joke. Don't take it for a ride. Every single thing we are doing in groups, individually, it is yielding fruit. And the zoo is panicking. The zoo is panicking. What they are doing is everywhere they see us having influence, they go there. Look at the Zoological Republic going now to go and have a security agreement with Israel. After going to, you go to US, you have security agreement. You go to Turkey, you have security agreement, and you come to Israel. How does that work? You go to France, you have security agreement. You are having security agreement almost with everybody in the world. A very confused and disgraced country. just like Donald Trump called them. And why they are doing most of those things they're doing is because of us. Because of the fear of Biafra. That is why they are doing most things they are doing. Because of the fear of Biafra. They know what is coming. That is why they are doing what they are doing. That is why they are doing what they are doing. And by the grace of Chukwu, we shall overcome them. Whatever you are doing as a Biafran, don't ever give up. Don't you ever look back or feel confused. Don't you ever give up. Every one of us must continue to focus. Every one of us must continue to pay attention. Every one of us, we must continue to do the needful to make sure that our voice is heard. Any way you know you can do it, do your own part. Do not be discouraged. Is it going to be easy? It is not going to be easy. It has never been easy. It has never, ever been easy. And freedom doesn't come cheap. Freedom doesn't come cheap. If anybody is trying to tell you, oh, it's going to be easy, no, that is a lie. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It comes with great responsibility. And that is why every one of us must try as much as we can to do what we are supposed to do. Every one of us, we must try as much as possible to continue to put our own effort the best way we can. The battle has just started. We are entering into another phase of the battle. And in this next phase of the battle, it requires courage. It requires courage. Every one of us, we must be very courageous. We must be very courageous if we must win. It is not an easy journey. It's a difficult journey. It's going to be a tough ride. I use this opportunity to appreciate our brothers and sisters in Biafra land that are sitting at home. Against all odds, they are sitting at home. Against all the propaganda and blackmail, they are sitting at home. Against all the attack, all the things that we see that the enemies are doing against the propaganda of the enemies, our people are sitting at home. With all the force that Suludo is applying, people are still sitting at home. My fellow Biafrans, we must continue to sing. We must continue to sit at home. On our own, if there is nothing that will make you to do that, when you listen and look at the condition of Nnamdi Kanu today, Nnamdi Kanu taken to Sokoto, you must understand that life will never be the same. You must understand that there is need for us to fight and fight the best way we can. We must not stop. Nnamdi Kanu needs our support now more than ever. And we must give him that support. Nnamdi Kanu, he needs our support. He needs us now more than ever. The government of Nigeria is trying to silence him. They want to make sure that we forget everything about him. Are we going to forget him? Are we going to forget our supreme leader? We will not forget him. No matter how they try, we will never forget him. We will continue to put him on the spotlight. We will continue to speak about him with every little opportunity that we have. It is an assignment, responsibility that lies on every one of us. You and I, we must continue to make sure that the voice of our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is not silenced. We must make sure that the voice of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is not silenced. Our people are still sitting at home. People are sitting at home, as always. Nigerian government will always paint a picture. They will take people, right from the very first time. The observation of the people at home is not like the way it used to be. It's not everywhere. There are some areas that people do not observe, and there are some areas we know that are a stronghold, and it remains that way. It remains that. But whenever the media want to show, the media will go and show you the areas where people are not sitting at home, or the areas where there are people moving out. But we will continue to present the issue that it is. We present the pictures that we see, we present the videos that we see, and when we come back on the evening program, we are still going to play most of those videos so that you can see for yourself. So our people are still doing what they have to do. So wherever you are in Biafra land, try as much as possible to do your own part. Try as much as possible to do your own part. The seat at home is something that is there to our heart. It is not something that is being forced on anybody. It is something that we are doing to make sure that the voice of the people is heard. It's something that we're doing to express the will of the people, to tell the people, the world, the situation in Biafra land. The seat at home have put us in the spotlight. It is one of the things that held the case of Nnamdi Kanu and made sure it was not swept on the carpet. But Soludo today has presented himself to fight it, up to the extent of destroying the market. As we speak, Soludo is bulldozing the market as we speak. That is how serious it is. He has tried to force people to come out. People refuse to come out. He has used different kinds of tactics, threatened people, did all manner of things, and the people continue to sit at home. But no matter what happened, the world have heard us, and the world have seen what they are doing. The only people that are making enforcement today is the Zoological Republic. They are forcing people to come out against their will, and when they refuse, they destroy their properties, destroy life, conduct several false flag operations, and the world is watching. For everyone who has been able to participate in this statue today, I appreciate every one of you, and for all that you have lost, those who have lost one thing or the other in one way or the other, I pray that Chukwu Kabiam will strengthen every one of you. Whatever you have lost, by the grace of Chukwu Kabiam, you shall recover. There is no sacrifice that is made for the cause of this Biafran journey that will be in vain. No sacrifice made in this journey that will be in vain. Every sacrifice that has been made for the cause of this very journey, Chukwu Kabiam will definitely strengthen us and bless those who have made such sacrifice. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, wherever you are participating from on this very program today, I appreciate every single one of you that have been on this program. And we are going to be closing on the program to hopefully, by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam, if we have the opportunity, we can equally come back later on to give some other updates of what is going on in Biafra land on the seat at home, and what the criminal Governor Soludo is doing. So many things are going on, and we will continue to show up on what is happening. This is the main market of Onitsha being demolished. Main market on Onitsha is being demolished by Soludo as we speak. The demolition is going on. You can imagine. The same thing we are facing, in the north, in the southwest. That is what the Biafran people are facing today in their own homeland. Main market being destroyed by Soludo. You can imagine. You can imagine. Main market on Onitsha demolished. Traders in tears. Nowhere is safe. Exactly. Who will speak? Nobody will speak for them. Nobody will speak for our people. You go to North, they burn your properties, they burn your goods, they destroy, they set fire on your goods. You come to Lagos, they destroy your goods, they set it on fire. Then you come back to your homeland, the Biafra land, the same issue. Nobody to speak for you. No lawmaker will speak for you. No traditional ruler will speak for you. No senator will speak for you. No governor. Of course, the governors are the ones in the front line carrying out the operation. Those that call themselves elite, they are all in support in this economic sabotage. It is sad. Very, very sad. Very sad indeed. But there is nothing we can do. We must continue. More than CK called AB. No matter how difficult it is, I urge my brothers and sisters who have been affected to be strong. By the special grace of Chukwu Okike, we shall overcome this battle. It is going to be over one day. So if you believe strategy must evolve, as we say, we spoke on earlier on in this very message, that we, the Biafran people, watching what is happening across the world, we must try to re-strategize. We must try to position ourselves in a place where we can do things better. We must devise other means that we can be able to make sure that our voice is on the front line in this evolving world. If you believe strategy must evolve, type strategy in the comment section. If you believe unity must increase, type unity. If you believe world peace is still possible, type peace. Please like and share this program wherever you are watching from. Don't keep it to yourself. Information is power. We are in a time where every single information is important. That is why we must continue to do what we are doing, no matter how difficult it is. I thank you all for being part of this program. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect everyone that have participated in this program. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect, more especially people in Biafra land and those ones who are facing challenges and this at home, those who their shops have been destroyed and properties destroyed. I pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect them. I also pray for our leaders, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. I pray that Chukwu Okike will be their guide and protector, secure them and keep them safe for us. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again later in the day. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu Okike mapụrụ ihe niile Chineke mere ndị nsọ na-efe na isi ala niile anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị onye kere ihe na-ekere eke ma ọ onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị ndị nsọ na-akpụkiri ha na isi ala niile, ọbụladị ndị n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngozi ndị tinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị na-etu wee baa ndị obodo kwesịrị isi uwe laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịte ma nwoke ebili biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na nkede na ụmụ ga adaba na nri anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na-adịzi nkelekọta nwanne na nwanne ibi ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye iwe etinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị gọga m bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise ise ise.
But you know what? They would like you to believe that Samuel Ekpa is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.